Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello everyone, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. I will wait for your answers. First of all, I would like to say sorry. We are having construction works nearby us, so there are some unwanted noises. Please excuse us. Thank you, Rick. So I think we can get started. So as I say, my name is Alexander. I am Stripo support manager. A couple of words about our company. Our company is registered in the USA, but the whole team located in Ukraine. We would like to create best email editor in the world, and we are working on it. So if you have any suggestions, proposals, please let us know. We will consider them and we'll try to improve our editor in our future releases. Today, Valerie is a member of our team, will be helping me and will be answering your questions in the chat. So, if any questions will appear, please feel free to ask us. We will try to answer them. Today we will try to create a simple email template using Stripo tools. As an example, we will use this email template, and if you don't mind, let's get started. So I'm going to create a email template. And I'm going to prepare it before we begin as email creation. So I'm going to use developer tools. To get there, I should click F12 button on my keyboard. I'm going in files developer tools. I'm going to check different preferences of different elements and use them for our email template. So as we can see, we have here background for the whole email template. So we can take this color out of this code and put it in the appearance menu, make it not for some element of an email, but set it as a ground for the whole email template. And we also can check some other preferences. So let's say we have similar buttons, so we can configure our button before we get started. So we have the button section here. We can set this color. We can configure other preferences. We can turn off border. And what else can be done? We can check border radius. So we have only 10 pixels. We have other font. We have Asphalt instead of our Arial. So I'm going to use the two custom fonts. Custom fonts can be added in the preferences of your project. So if you move to your organization settings, click the projects, you will be able to configure preferences of your project. And here in the custom fonts section, you can add custom fonts, let's say from Google Fonts. For that, you should use the corresponding Google. And after that, this font you will be able to use this font for the email creation. So at the moment, I already have this font, so I should just choose it. Also, we have the same font size, 18 pixels, so I don't need to change anything here. And we can continue. So we have also heading 1, 60 pixels. So we have the section for headings, and here we can configure them. So let's set. We have page 2, 6 pixels, page 3, 24. But for different headings, I believe we have different colors and different fonts, so I'm not going to configure them now. We will configure them in the process of the email creation. Also, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stripes. So to create a new stripe, you should click here. And you will have one more stripe. And let's create the first element. I'm going to take the link in the image out of the code and put it in Stripo. Also, I have to set the background color for the stripe as a transparent, and add here a button. Both elements should be aligned to the left. So I should use this option, and I should just rename the button my account. So let's do it. Sorry for the sound. As I said, we have constructions works nearby us. Unfortunately, we can't affect them. So I hope this webinar will be useful, at least visually. Okay, so I'm going to add the image here and turn off the ground color. Remove all buttons, and to recreate this element, the notebook page, I have to use background for the structure, for the stripe. So I'm going to take the image out of the code and put it here. So we have background image option here, where you can put the link, and now we should just align it to center, and we are having the necessary design. Also, we will have one more image. We will have a couple more text blocks and the button block. So the button should be aligned to center, and the text I'm going to copy paste this way, set it as a heading 1, and we will have our 60 pixels for that. And of course I should align it, copy to recreate the second element. For the second element we have heading 2 with red color, so I'm going to use the color, set it as a heading 2, and this way we will have similar element. And now we just have to set font as a mode here. Okay, and of course we should replace our image with this one. Okay, let's take a look. Paddings, we don't have any paddings here, but we have paddings for the top structure. We have 15 pixels from the top and 5 from the bottom. What about the image size? We have 170, so a bit less. For the button we have 15 pixels from the top, so we can also use external paddings preferences here. Okay, and what else? For this block we can use 10 pixels in the paddings preferences. This way, for the next text block we require just paddings from the bottom and from the sides, this way, sorry, from the bottom. And for the next button we have to add couple pixels too, and rename it. Of course we should recreate shopping now. Okay, so we can move to the next section, to the next slide. Here we have one structure with one block and container, and a few structures with a couple containers. So let's create more structures with text, and for this structure we should add one more container with an image, and here we will have a couple of text blocks, probably 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and we will have a button. So let's see how we can recreate it. We can put here an image. We can copy paste the text. I believe it's actually should be popular. Align it to the left. 36 font size. And actually, okay, I should configure it as a heading, set as a bold one, and set Oswald font for it. What about paddings? We have 30, 20, and 0. 30 from top. For the image, we should reduce its size 155. And for the text, I'm going to copy paste it just like that. Another one. So, which size should I use? 14 pixels for done. So let's do it. Verdana. Here we have to find. Okay, here it is. And the next element will be heading with red color out of here. Heading 3. Oh, we still have in here big font size. Oswald, Verdana, mode. So I have to correct just two blocks, and this one. Oswald. Okay, and I believe we should use bold styles. Okay, and also it will be better to align the text to the left. Done, and this is the button too. Okay, what about our background? Can we use the same image for the background? Let's try to check it. So I'm going to also remove background color, and align the image to center. So I believe we have pretty similar design. Maybe we should check some preferences for the structure. So we have 20 pixels, the same, and just probably change some other details. So for the button, we have to change its name and check so we don't have any patterns between these blocks except for the second block. So let's remove them. Here we have only 5 pixels from the top and from the bottom, and we have to remove them here and here. So now we should have exact the same design, and we have 1, 2, 3, 3 more the same structures with a bit different content. So to save your time, I'm not going to copy paste all these elements, so it's pretty easy to replace all these images, all this text. But now you can see that our background image is not big enough to cover the whole stripe. So we can use repeat image option here and turn off adjust ease to make it bigger and to make it background for the whole stripe. To recreate the last stripe, we should also use an image from the header. We should use one more structure with a menu block, with a social media block and text block. So let's add one more structure. We require just one container here, so we should use an image, and actually we can just copy paste this element, just drag and drop it, remove paddings, remove background color, set background image the same way as we did previously. So we can upload an image to our gallery inside of this email template, but since this image have already been downloaded to Stripo, I'm going to just left it as a link. Okay, I'm going to remove this container to add here text block, add here a social media block, and menu block. So let's set here black color. Let's check. So we have 4 elements, 14 pixels for Dana. So let's set the font here. Let's add one more element. Let's rename about us, news, carrier. Let's quickly do it. And the last one is the shops. Okay. What about, so for this structure we have 20 pixels, but from stock we have just 10. I'm going to copy paste the text. So as you can see, we don't see our unsubscribe links, I believe, because it's having pretty dark color. So we can change it here, and we can align the text to the center this way. What about preferences for our social media? So we have 4 elements here: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We actually having them at the moment, and we should just reduce their size. Choose another option, I believe this one, and increase indent between them. So something like that, yes, approximately. And about padding, so we have here 10 pixels for this block and 10 pixels for the next one. Top, bottom, and here the same, 10 from the top and 10 from the bottom. So I believe it's all with this email template. So we recreated this design, and also we can increase some paddings for this structure, let's say, just to correct it a bit. And I think it's done. We finished this email template. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I will try to answer them. So since I don't see any more questions, I would like to say thank you very much everyone that visiting us today. Please excuse us one more time for the noise. I hope next time we won't have it. So see you, thank you, bye.